If you are in the crypto market right now, you may already have noticed the fact that the market is trending and we just broke this range and we are about to blast off. Now, why do I use the term blast off? When you say Bitcoin is not moving, most of these large cap coins are not moving, agreed. But there is a side of this market which is now pushing higher. That's in the top hundreds, that's in the top 200s, that's all the way in this crypto market. And it usually happens when the Bitcoin dominance is actually getting hammered. So right now that's happening. We are watching Bitcoin dominance getting rejected on a key level of resistance. We are about to get a weekly candle close, and here we are moving towards the fact that we are holding. The weekly close just confirmed that a lot of these assets are about to get more and more interesting. A lot of these assets are showing a ton more of strength. We recently had an inside candle in Ether. So yes, the momentum reduced, but you still confirmed a major breakout. So while you look for opportunities in the market, say this is Casper, which we were talking earlier, and that actually met the target. This is like INJ, we were talking about it. And if you actually go look at that, targets are being hit. There's a lot of these assets running higher and hitting these targets. One of the reasons why I say the market is showing us a ton of opportunities is for us to first observe, okay, we do have short-term targets, we do have macro targets. When the short-term targets are being hit, now you look up to that point, where is your next target? So if there is a dip, you know what to do. If you don't know the next target, the issue is you really don't know what to do when the price is dropping, and that's exactly what we are looking out for. A lot of these assets, including the meme coins, are showing you that I'm breaking through. Look at the resistance. That's being broken. That's in the price. Now look at the same resistance in the RSI. It's getting hammered. What does that mean? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, as we observe, the market just closed on the daily, and we can observe the fact that it shows small cap coins, and some of these coins are about to take off. Not all these coins, agreed. That is a fact. The entire market is not about to blast off, but we are literally observing a lot of these assets, even some of the large cap coins, trying to push higher. So when you are on the weekly chart for these assets, you still see like, okay, they are trending higher and it's a massive opportunity. Then while you focus on how things are evolving, you also get to see like, okay, dollar is kind of doing this stuff right now. So if dollar is breaking to the upside, now remember, if you don't have this line here, you are now breaking through this particular level. So you're coming back. So kind of the bulls are getting stronger there, or the sellers are weakening right now. So it can go back up to the moving average, and during that time, we may observe crypto is a little bit slow, but still, we are right now observing a lot of these coins doing 40, 50, 60, 70% on a weekly basis. That is a great opportunity. Some of these are bursting even higher. But say an average of 30 to 50% is happening in the market right now. So if you are noticing the fact that things are happening, there are macro, there are fundamentals, which all evolve and when we say these are going to enter into the price action, any change happening to the current market situation from the regulators will be bullish. If the Congress can actually do that, then it is going to be big. But right now, regulators are themselves confused. Some of them are saying, no, everything here is commodities. And on the other aisle, you see SEC coming at the market, right? So the market in general terms is having hard days for sure. those who didn't understand the market, those who went on heavy inside the market by the top of 2021 when the rates were low in the housing market are now getting crushed. So while you notice the fact that things are changing, it's actually entering into a new area where now even the IMF is talking about this. And that's when, things like this actually believes like, great, okay, I think that's true. Industry leaders believe in the power of blockchain. So who will these guys be? When Ripple, as an institution who are working with central banks and the corporations around the world, gave us this thought process, I'm like, okay, go through this, and the US Faster Payments Council shares the insights of crypto's potential. So it's not just the viewpoint of a crypto company, it's a view from the combination of a lot of people. So it's like a syndicate. You have the banking guys, you have the regulators, you have corporations, all of them are involved. So that's the fundamental meaning. You are going to see a massive level of adoption once these enter into the market. Right now, it's like 4 or 5% of the population who actually owns crypto. And when dollar is dropping and these asset class is going up in value, people are going to jump in. So right now, if you actually go into XRP chart, okay, the 3-day chart is still showing we are at that point where we may come back down. Great. So if you are on the weekly, now you will agree the fact that, okay, we just got a weekly close. And if you remember what we just talked last time, if we stay here, that means we haven't changed the style or the momentum. We just got one candle which actually showed us that it is a hanging man, which is a corrective signal. Just after that, we right now got a hammer. Now, if you look, both of these candles on a weekly is showing you there is a possibility that the price may correct back down. So it shouldn't be a surprise when it actually come back down to test this support and bounce off. But that's one asset in the market, right? And that's one of the reasons why we were highlighting the fact that there is a lot of these assets breaking higher, hitting our short-term targets, moving through. So we do this on a regular basis. So you actually know that there is a lot of opportunities in the market and you know the target. If there is short-term, medium-term, if you are a short, medium, long-term guy who looks at all of these assets and try to learn on a regular basis, this is going to be helpful. Why? Because the short-term trend right now is about to change. That is why I showed you Bitcoin dominance is going down and the market as a whole, the crypto market as a whole is about to blast off. That is something interesting. When the crypto market is going up and Bitcoin dominance is still going down, that means this time around the altcoins are pushing the market higher. So right now what you're observing in the market, the short-term deals here, it's the short-term bull run pushing into the macro bull run. That is going to be creating a ton of wealth if you are positioned well enough. If you're like, I'm in the sidelines, I'm waiting for a confirmation, it's completely up to you. But right now, this is what the market is showing. Last time, when the market showed us the same picture, it was clear. If you were in the market during that breakout or the retest, you were able to make a ton of wealth. Now remember, that was not a huge time in the market. It still went up 6 to 7x as a whole. Now just as a whole, it did 7x. Now this is the total market cap. Now, when you actually just look at the altcoin side of it and understand the fact that, okay, after the key breakout here and the retest, the market actually went nuts. It actually went and it popped. So in the altcoin market, it was like 11 to 12x, say about 10x. So in Bitcoin, it was like 7x. The crypto market here is 11x. So it shows you how much potential altcoin market has. And that is one of the reason I again and again highlight the fact that choose your horses. This race is not going to be easy. Imagine you are trying to build generational wealth. And that is made by being early in the market. People will mock you for sure for selecting some of these assets which you have. But once you understand the fundamentals and you are sure about the long-term projectile of that particular crypto, now you don't have to change until the project has fundamentally changed. If the project is still strong, you are still there because of the fact that the project is great. But when you make money, it's usually when the market goes up as a whole. Rarely we see assets going up against the market. So right now, it is that time where we observe the fact that short-term levels are being broken and the macro trend is being moved. And just to reiterate, Bitcoin dominance is dropping, and as we discussed last time, Bitcoin is slowing down. And if you go back to the first run up here in early Jan, then to Feb, the consolidation created a lot of opportunities. All coins popped left and right. After that, the market did go up again here while Bitcoin was consolidating after the run up. So if we are watching that consolidation here, Bitcoin is about to drop to 29,000 first, then to 28, then 26. Now we know the levels. But the point is, if you're in altcoins and the price of Bitcoin is about to drop and the Bitcoin dominance is dropping, that means money is still in the market, rotating within the market, and if you are in the right assets, you may attract some of it. And that is one of the reasons why I'm saying, like, okay, look for the assets which are getting volume, look for the assets which are breaking higher, and it does show you a clear pattern. Once you understand, okay, that's a breakout, that's your measured move, now you have an edge in the market. Now you understand, this is where I take my profit. Now you understand, okay, once I take my profit, I'm looking for another asset to rotate the same. So you do look out. Even before you exit one asset, you're looking for another 5 opportunities. So once you jump out, you know which of these assets are actually popping. Right now, as we speak, you can notice the fact that the market is gaining volume. If you look at audio, you can actually see that it is 16% up for the hour and 22% up for the day. And it is just starting, 33% for the week. Now, remember what we were talking about. It's been just 10 days and the price is running hot. Right now, it's already hitting our level 1 target. The price is 0.4037 here and we are here 0.4023. So it's already hitting our target level 1 and now going towards target 2. So what's that takeaway from here? Once you get the short-term breakout, now we are going to test the medium term. And when you break that, wow, go look for the macro levels. And that's one of the reasons why I try to give you guys both outlooks. So you need to know what short-term looks like. You need to know what macro looks like. Because sometimes short-term is negative. But the macro shows you that negativeness is going to be a huge opportunity if you understand the macro. Otherwise, just looking at the short-term drop, you are in a panic. And that will move that opportunity away from you. Remember, this is the time when you actually make that generational wealth. Because once the wave 2 is over, it is over. You may have to wait another 3, 4, 5 years to get something close to this. Or you may actually go into different asset classes like gold, like silver, where you may hedge against the inflation, but you barely make anything compared to what you make in crypto market. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I say take your time, learn as much as possible. Because when you see there is a possible correction coming, look for what kind of correction is actually coming in. Is that a short-term one? Is that a macro one? If that's a reversal signal, like there is a lot of short-term moves happening. See, one of the coins which we discussed before in this channel here is Dent. And right now, if you focus on the asset, there is something happening in that asset which is kind of rhyming in its history. And if that's true historically, I'm not saying no. I'm not about to say, okay, I'm smarter than the history. Because if the market is showing you that I'm making a higher high, I'm about to retest the previous level of resistance, I'm like, okay, great. I'm waiting to see what the market has in room. Because if it consolidates here and then breaks through, the reversal is a macro reversal. The rounded bottom here is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Because you go up, you're going to come back down for sure to test this range as you go up. But the momentum is going to increase as you go up. It's not going to decrease. Historically speaking, it's increasing. And when it increases like crazy. If you observe what happened back in the day here, it was not a slight increase. It actually went parabolic. So in other terms, that just went nuts, brother. Right? That's what just happened in the market. I still remember the day we were posting and talking about, okay, I think this is going to blow off. And we are looking at the market right now saying, okay, there is something similar evolving in the market right now. If there is a drop, that's going to be an opportunity, right? And it's not only about this asset, right? There is a lot of these assets which are looking great right now. There is a lot of these assets which are breaking higher right now. So if you're interested in learning and understanding those patterns and breakouts and alerts, you can look at the Patreon. The link is actually given in the description below. Now, when we jump back into the market, we need to actually first focus on Bitcoin, because one of the issues is when Bitcoin moves, the market move with it. There's a short-term pattern which we had before. We broke higher. We are now trying to consolidate. So if we drop, look for the moving average. The moving average on a daily here will be close to 29,000. That is one of the key level. But always understand, when you have a mean, you move up and down, right? You actually go above that, below that, above that, below that. Sometimes the downside can literally make panic, but it usually go back up. That's what we are observing here. You move above, you come back down. You move above, you make a panic, you move above, right? That's exactly what's happening in the market. So if this time it's like this and it goes up, that's good, that's great. But if it is like this, how many of us will be in panic mode? If that's like this, how many of us will really be looking like, okay, that's a great opportunity? We were actually focusing on the price coming back down to this range. How many of us are really confident that the market is about to go into a crazy bull run, but it is still showing that it can kick a lot of weak hands out of this market? That is going to be interesting to watch, because when you revisit the moving average and bounce off, if you are highly leveraged, wow, that's going to be painful. But if you are positioned well enough in these assets, next 2, 3, 4 months is going to look really great. It's going to change the way your portfolio looks right now. So guys, if you received value, please do hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.